Oh, we got a little part-timer over here. Look at that, you got the thing out.
Part-timer? I'm a full-timer now.
Full-timer, huh? Oh, competition, huh? Meh. Well, this thing's out of here. Looks like she needs a good cleaning. But, oh yeah, the intercooler pipe, I knew that was going to be fun. Probably should have pulled that guy off.
Yeah, but we got to scoot it over enough to get it out.
Yeah.
Probably put it back in, we'll pull it out.
Yeah, it should be fine if you got it out there.
Yeah.
Now you got this thing out, we can start transferring everything over. And welcome back to the channel, guys. I've been really sucking at recording today. It is the afternoon. I've been working away all day, and we have been working away on Valentine's car. So as you can see here, we have made quite a bit of progress. Motor is back in the car most of the way together, and we have that beautiful ETS V2 header on here. As you guys can see, bam, another beautiful unit. All 6870 looking good as always over there. So I've been going through on this thing, getting it all set up, having to change obviously several things from the last setup. One thing I had to do was change the fuel line in the front, because this is going to have aftermarket fuel lines running from the back of the tank up. So we had to change all that, and this thing is making some good progress. It's all in the car. That thing's out of the car now. So now we can start making some progress on this thing too. And you got a good old engine stand now. Since yeah, there's an open one right there.
All right.
Yeah, guy.
TL coil packs.
Yeah, our boys OTL got their coil packs on this unit, which no big surprise since this came from there. Yeah. Oh, we got a little second-hand helper out here, bud. What's up, dude?
I'm the boss.
He's the boss. Oh man. So, like I said, I've been slacking away today. Trying to just work, guys, get caught up, and unfortunately recording does take quite a bit of that time. So as we're getting caught up today, making good progress here, I'm going to help Josh get that all situated over there and get the new on block on the engine stand so he can start transferring everything over that we need, and then that thing can start going back together. This thing is making some good progress, and we're not too far away from the first startup on this thing. The biggest thing that I need is the fuel system put in the car, and that's going to take some time because this is going to have a double pumper and fuel lines running from the back of the car up. And I'm sure a lot of you want to see that, but it's already a built system that's going in the car, so there's not much to show. It's pretty much there, ready to go. I mean, everything's set up for the thing. This thing is ready. I need to finish caulking the turbo. I need to put the wastegate on that thing. I already have my spring set up in there. I like to use 14.5 psi spring on it. You're gonna have to talk to your tuner on what they're gonna want, but most tuners will want 14.5 pounds in the wastegate. This still has a 3-port on it. We're gonna be upgrading this to a 4-port. Anything over really 36 pounds is where I tend to go over to 4 ports, guys. That's another thing I would talk to your tuner. Some tuners like 3 ports more than 4 ports, so don't just add it on without consulting with them first. That's just my preference, and that's the way I do it, but that doesn't mean everyone else does it that way. So just a heads up, we did get our ID 2600s in here as well, and we have that beautiful ACT. No, we have a Exetti triple disc in here. Not all Slippin' McGee ACT. No, they work out awesome, guys. The one we have in the RA, I don't know what's going on over there, but she just can't hang. So that's going to be getting a new clutch soon too. But the wife's been daily driving it, enjoying that car. As you guys have seen little clips here and there, no problems at all. So I'll keep you guys posted on how many miles that thing goes, and for now we'll just keep on driving. It's on the same map. I haven't turned the car down at all. It's still on its map that was at the track where we raised the rev. And the wife, I think she leads us to believe that she doesn't rip on it, but I'm pretty certain she sends it every day.
She sends it once on the way home at least.
At least, because I'm pretty certain how she comes off. I don't think she's as good as she says she is, so be the true test that thing. And obviously we send it when we go out. Oh, we sent it yesterday, blew the clutch right off in third gear, about sent him in the back seat. Should have had the GoPro set up for that. But another windy day too, so pretty hard to record with the wind, but in the end we made some solid progress. I'm going to help him get that situated, and then I'll check back in with this when we make some more progress. Morning everyone, we're back into a new day. didn't really record much the other day, and then I took one day off, so you guys are not going to be seeing a video for 2 days now. Josh is back out here, kind of the non-conventional way, but we put this engine in here since we didn't have an engine stand. He's going ahead and putting everything together, dressing up this engine. While it's in here, we had the lovely scenario where we had this thing in and the clutch didn't want to work, so we tried that first. Thankfully we did, because we had the issue of it not working, so we had to pull this thing back out and reassemble it again. Kind of a pain in the ass.
Yep.
But got it knocked out. Over here on Valentine's car, this thing is about 95% of the way together now. Obviously the whole engine's in, the whole turbo kit's all in, and as well as the full fuel system, which I know you guys probably wanted to see, but to be honest, it was a complete drop-in system because he got the one out of the Hyper Blue STI, and I have plans of changing that thing up later, so went ahead and put it into this thing. And since it was a drop-in system, there's not much to show on that, guys, but this thing is going to be doing its first start today. Can't wait for that. We can start getting this thing broken, and then he'll get it for the rest of the break-in period, and then this thing will come back for his power tune later on. Hopefully by the time we come back for this power tune, we'll have our dyno set up, so I don't have to street tune this kind of power anymore. It's just not enjoyable. What's up? Hungry yet?
Yeah.
I'm freaking hungry too. I'm hangry.
Need some food.
It's lunchtime, actually. It's not morning. It's morning, but it's not. So I think we're gonna do a couple more things, and then we're gonna go grab some lunch. And as soon as I start getting closer to getting this thing wrapped up, I will show you guys it again, and we'll get this break-in map put on the car and do that first startup today for you guys. So as you can tell, it's much later in the day now, and I have gotten this thing most of the way together. Josh went ahead and headed home. That thing, he has made some good progress on that. I will be showing you guys tomorrow, but we're gonna be focusing on this. As you can tell, the bumper's not on because we need to change the intercooler pipe over here, and unfortunately, the kit that he had gotten didn't come with the intercooler pipe from here and over. It just came with this with the rotated kit, so we're gonna have to get that ordered from ETS. And what that means is old Toothless over there is gonna have to share a part. So I'm gonna take it off there for now because I need to get this thing started on the break-in procedure, and I would like to do that. That thing's missing third gear anyways, so it doesn't really affect me if it just sits around. I did go ahead and take it to the car wash and gave it a nice bath because, as you can tell, you might pick it up on camera, truck looks brown because they've been doing construction on the other side over here, which you guys might have heard in the background in the videos. But as you can see up on that hillside over there, they've been doing a bunch of construction. Fortunately, that causes a bunch of dust on everything around here, so if you see dust on all the cars, that's why. But not to get off subject here, this thing is all the way together with the exception of that intercooler pipe and the intake. Obviously we're going to throw the intake on there as well. I need to go ahead and do that before we start this thing up. I did go ahead and prime this thing. No problems with getting oil pressure, but one of these banjos here was loose actually back there. I must have just put it in finger tight and then overlooked tightening that later on. So as you can tell, I already have a spot down there of oil that had leaked down. So if you guys see that, that's what that is. During first startup, I got coolant in it. Obviously we need to start the car, burp the coolant system, and I have a map that is ready to go for the thing. So we're gonna start it up. I'm sure I'm going to have to make changes to this map, but these are ID 2600s. It is gonna be on pump gas for break-in, so keep in mind that is gonna be tough on me to get it to run perfect. Alex's car though, he has ID 2600s, pretty much the same setup as this, and I got that thing to idle, drive, and act like a stock car, guys, on pump gas and on E85. So E85, yeah, you can get them to do that because that's what they're meant for. Pump gas, that's a lot harder of a job. So really happy of Alex's. His car will be coming soon. I think he's coming up this weekend actually to work on the car. I think his heads will be done this week. The heads to the white car, I'm hoping those are going to be done this week. We need to order some more parts for that thing over there too. We need to order IAG competition AOS for it. He's going to do an external wastegate setup on it since we already have the motor out of the car anyway, so we're going to do that. And Stefan, he's trying to come up this weekend to work on his car. I don't think I'm going to have time, unfortunately, for him. I know he kind of keeps pestering me, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to have time to get that thing yet. We got Kittrick's car. The block is on the way, and a lot of your guys' blocks that have ordered on the website, if it's been a bit, they are on the way as well. So they're coming freight, like I told you guys. I think they'll be here at the end of this week. I'll keep you guys posted, but thank you again so much for all the orders on the website. I think the wife's got almost caught up now, and got everything out shipped out to you guys. So again, thank you so much for the support. That helps me a lot with getting this new shop, which I really hope that we are signing at least this week. That's what I was told. I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with that. And as you guys can tell, there's too many dang cars here. So that's why, I have Josh over here helping, and I'm trying to get caught up as much as I can. Doing videos, guys, that takes a lot of time. And obviously there's only me, and then Josh has been helping, but there's only me and the wife for getting back to you guys. One, we get probably 100 emails a day, not including Instagram or Facebook, but definitely a lot of emails to go through. I try to get through those in the morning and then at night, and then I give customer updates all the time. So it's just been a lot of work lately, guys. No complaints at all. Super happy, and I'm happy that it's busy. Thank you so much, guys, and I can't wait to get into the shop that I know you guys are all waiting for. So I'm waiting too. I can't wait. Let's go ahead, continue on this thing. I'm gonna go get that intake for it. I really don't want to pull that intercooler pipe off tonight, but I want to start breaking this thing in. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull off that intercooler pipe over there, which means I got to pull the whole bumper off the car. Not looking forward to it, but need to do it. Once I get that in here, then I can just get the thing knocked out for getting his break-in done. I know he comes back because he went out of town tomorrow, so I definitely want to have it running tomorrow so I can at least hear it, even if the break-in's not done. I think I'm going to put like 200 to 300 miles on this thing, just because he does short distance driving. His work isn't very far from home, and obviously that's not the best thing you want to do with a brand new engine. I personally like to break them in as much as you can at once. I don't like doing the stop and go, little miles here and little miles there. So the first startup, I know you guys ask all the time, and I know you guys have heard me say it, but I'll say it again for the people that are coming on here and curious. First startup, obviously we're gonna start the car up. We're gonna start letting the car come up to normal temperature, or 187 degrees to 207, in that range. Get our radiator fans to kick on, make sure our thermostat's opening and we're bleeding our coolant system. From there, we will cap off our coolant system, and we will then begin cam braking. Now, when you have brand new camshafts, cam braking is very important, and the reason for doing cam braking is because they have a coating on the cams. Obviously, you want to break in the cams the right way the first time because you want them to have a long life. And the way the cam braking works, you want to have it 20 to 25 minutes at 2,500 RPMs. Now, the reason why you want to have your RPMs up is because it keeps oil pressure up, keeps oil pressure on the buckets. So that's why it has you, not me. But they want you to have the RPMs higher so you can keep that oil pressure up, because obviously when the oil starts to get warm, it kind of dips down. You get your cold start, and let's say you have 100 psi of oil pressure, then the car begins to warm up, and usually around idle, depending on the clearances in the motor and the oil that's being used, you end up anywhere from 15, let's say, to 30 psi at idle. Obviously that also depends with temperature of oil. So when you hold it at 2,500 RPMs, usually that gets you around the 60 psi mark. Again, that does matter as far as oil temperature and your clearances and the oil you're using. That may vary for you, so don't just take that number and run. Everything's going to be different for what engine you have. But that's why what we do for cam break-in, after the cam break-in procedure, then I like to put 50 miles on the car. Once we put 50 miles on the car, driving it standard, in city style driving, where you speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, and you're compression braking the car, you're opening those reins, you're trying to get the reins to seat in that first 50 miles. And then from there, I like to do an oil change at 50 miles. After 50 miles, we do the oil change, and then I continue that style break-in. I'm a bit different on my break-in than any other companies. If you are buying a motor, please go ahead and follow their break-in procedure, as it probably has a warranty on the engine, or they have a preference on theirs. Mine, I'm a bit different. I do introduce boost to the motors. I'm a firm believer that it's either it's gonna work or it's not gonna work, guys. So I break my engines a bit different than most, and if you've gotten a motor from me, you know that. So I will be introducing boost to the car, and I will be compression braking it. So then that braking procedure continues, and we change the oil again at 500 miles later. Then we do 1,500 miles for an oil change, and then you go to your standard oil changes. So that kind of just gives you some information on that, guys, and some insight for braking procedures. I know a lot of you ask, and unfortunately, those that keep watching, obviously I've said this before, so you're kind of hearing a repetitiveness, but please hang in there. Some guys don't know, some guys are just tuning in, and to those of you that just have subscribed to our channel, thank you so much for it. Stay tuned, we have a lot more coming, especially when we can get into our new shop and get that dyno set up, guys. So I'm gonna grab that pipe off before we lose some sunlight and try to get this thing on first start for you guys. There we have it, guys. This thing is all the way together. A little bit darker than I really wanted to out here. We had a fan stop by and he saw all the Subarus and he was curious about some things with his car, so we went over that, and one thing got to another, we started talking. So unfortunately he did lose some daylight, but it was nice to talk. And we have this thing all the way together with that intercooler pipe on, intakes on, and the thing is now ready to load that map and start. So like I said, it is getting a little bit later out, so I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna load that map on there, start this thing up for the first time for the boys. Can't wait. Hear this thing start up. I know Valentine, you're watching, and it's finally time. So let me grab the laptop because it's been charging. We'll get the map on. Let's do this. All right, finally time here. Oh geez, we got wipers coming on, everything here. All right, let's flash this map. Break in. Battery charger, we know. And flashing. Come on. Takes that sweet time there. Oh man. You guys like first time startups? Because I definitely do. I think over the years it has faded as much as I used to get excited, unfortunately, because obviously I've done so many of them. Still exciting though. I do get excited still. Just a different feeling. I think tuning really has filled the difference in me being excited again. But always happy to hear another motor live, guys. Oh, gotta turn this thing off. Almost time. Got everything pulled up over here. We'll connect once this thing is ready, which we're still flashing right now. "15 seconds, guys, and then the fire will grow up." So now we'll wait these 15 seconds, then we'll connect. I'll be monitoring everything. Wideband is in the car, so I'll be monitoring that on my gauges over here as well. It's underneath the hood, just like always. And we're gonna have to check for oil leaks, coolant leaks, bleed the coolant system. You know, all the normal things you gotta do with a first startup here. Now let's go ahead and connect to our ECU. We'll get some parameters pulled up here. Come on. Okay, we are live. We'll pull up our efficiency map. That way I can make some changes if needed. Looks like wideband is reading. Oh boy, here we go. Not that it matters, but support sharp. Oh, she fired. Come on, girl. Might have to give it some gas. Start first startup, boys. Shouldn't have to give it gas, but oh, we are running. All right, let's see out here. No leaks. I still got a wire harness hanging down here. I gotta tuck up, but looks good. Make sure we don't have any exhaust leaks. Feels like we're pretty sealed up. Coolant is doing its job. This thing is so loud. Tomei, boys. And we are live. It looks like my front O2 is starting to die. Well, not front O2, but wideband. It's going in and out. Front O2 shows we're at that 14.5. We're adding 5% fuel right now. I'm gonna let this thing warm all the way up. No changes, guys. This is just base map here. Turn our AC off, turn our heat on. Not too bad for first startup. Looks like I do have a check engine light there, which I will have to disconnect to check, which that's not too important right now. So everything looks good. I'm going to connect to the ECU again. I mean, map seems to be doing really good. I mean, this is ID 2600's idling right now. Pump gas. Seems like everything's going good. I'm gonna go out there and check over everything, make sure we don't have any oil leaks, because that is obviously really important. This thing's yelling at me to go back to the main screen here. Trying to see what's going on. Hopefully this light's helping you guys see me. I think it is. This thing isn't showing me. But this thing is idling like a champ right now. Definitely adding a little bit of fuel. We're at 12% adding right now. I haven't made any changes. See, now it's at 8%. It's doing pretty good. Idle's coming down as it warms up. So the car's doing awesome. Take a look. No leaks. Everything's looking good, boys. Alright, let me let this coolant system bleed out. Try to keep it as tame as I can for these neighbors. It sounds like an exhaust leak over here. I'm going to check over that. See, because obviously we have a pre-turbo exhaust leak. That's going to be a problem. So we need to make sure we don't. I'm going to check that, let this coolant system bleed, and wash over some things and check back in with you guys. So a couple minutes into this thing now, I've gotten it to idle perfect. And I know it is dark, guys. I am sorry. But you can hear this thing literally idling. Perfect. ID 2600s. I did have to raise our idle a little bit. We are at, I think, 1150 for idle. Idling right at 14.5 air fuel. My wideband definitely has took a shit on me, so I've left that thing plugged in overnight a couple times, so I know the sensor's just done. Hopefully get some light here for you. So unfortunately, that means I'm not going to go out tuning this thing tonight. I am going to just let it run here, go over everything, make sure everything looks good. And it does sound like I do have an exhaust leak, so I think we're gonna have more that we're gonna have to look at in the morning on it. But that is gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry today's video is a little bit spotty. If you can't tell, I'm freaking beat. It's been just a lot of work lately. I know we took a day off yesterday, but it just wasn't enough. So head down, let's keep working, let's get that shop, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas, Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus, the bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment, the moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning. Fast lane, living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground.